केह कोन दिने को पारे तिलक ना करिया था के भ्रमे. So during this period, sometimes by chance, a student would forget to mark his forehead with tilak. So now many students had come from, joined Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from Navdeep. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu every day is to perform his regular worship, daily worship. Then Mukunda Sanjay he was Lord's assistant for many lifetimes. Now his son is Purushottam Das. Gaur Sundar daily went to teach at the house of this fortunate person, Mukunda Sanjay. The Lord arrived first, sat in the Chandi Mandap, and thereafter the students would gradually arrive there. So in this way, sometimes the students would forget to mark tilak on the forehead. The word tilak refers to when a person who is initiated in the Vaishnava marks 12 parts of his body, above the waist, his forehead, stomach, chest, throat, right waist, right arm, right shoulder, left waist, the left arm, left shoulder, upper back, lower back as temples of Hari. So our body is actually temple of Krishna. That is why when we mark the body with 12 places, in 12 places, we mark with the footprints of Krishna, we are actually purifying the body. And when the body is purified, then we can use this body in Krishna's service. This tilak is also known as Urdhva Pundra, 2 vertical lines. The forehead is one of these 12 places. See how important is putting tilak. For a Vaishnava, this is an ornament. Applying tilak is an ornament for a Vaishnava. A Vaishnava who marks his forehead with Urdhva Pundra immediately purifies the entire world. Narada Purana says about this. You see the importance of tilak. Every aspect has been taken so deeply by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. That is why hearing Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Bhagavat is very, very important. Now somebody asks us, what is Urdhva Pundram? Then we have so much of information given by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Narada Purana says, just by applying tilak, you are purifying the entire world. The devotees of Vishnu always apply Urdhva Pundra or tilak. And the devotees of Shiva, who are averse to devotional service to Vishnu, apply 3 Pundra or 3 lines. The Shastric injunction is that a king should take the initiated twice born who does not wear tilak, sit him backwards on an ass, and have him driven down out of the town. See what is the Shastric injunction. Somebody is not wearing tilak, what should be the punishment given? He should be made to sit on an ass. And that too how? Facing backwards. And then he should be driven out of the town. That was a Vedic injunction which has been given for the tilak. Therefore, every initiated Vaishnava must always wear tilak. So this injunction is especially for those who are eager to progress in devotional service. Tilak shall not be so cheaply taken that whoever comes in the program, you just apply tilak on his head. No. He has to follow regulated principles to have Urdhva Pundram on his head. That is why Vaishnava has been told. It is not an ordinary dealing that anybody comes, you just apply tilak. Because when you apply a tilak, it is then taken for granted that this person is following the rules and regulations. Now, just suppose he comes to your program and you are putting the tilak, and then after that, he goes to some hotel and starts drinking and forgot to remove the tilak from his head. What will happen? He is creating such a bad impression and he is disrespecting the tilak. That is why it is a very important, one of the important sanskaras. In Pancha Sanskara, this is one of the important sanskara, Urdhva Pundram. Nama, Tapa Pundra Tatha Nama. Tapa. When a person understands that he is actually suffering in this world, then only he searches for the Guru. He understands this material world is a place for suffering. And he is inquisitive to know his constitutional position and he wants to serve Krishna. That is the only reason a person comes in the pattern of Panchasanskara. In that tapa, next is Pundra. He is given the highest goal of life. And that Pundra marks, this Tilak marks the Urdhva Pundra. Tilak is known as Urdhva Pundra. That marks that he wants to reach that goal of life. And what is that goal of life? That is Krishna Prema. So every initiated devotee must always wear tilak. His forehead should be decorated with tilak. It's not that once in a day I decorate. No, his forehead should have tilak. If he is not having, he should again put it. Suppose it is removed, then by some sweat or something, it has gone, then you have to again put that. That is why the Lord, who is Jagat Guru, the teacher of everyone, gave such instructions in his childhood pastimes. If one wants to worship Lord Vishnu, then he must accept the 5 sanskaras related to initiation. Tapapunda tatha nama. Mantra yagascha panchamaha. Amihi pancha sanskara. Paramai kanti hetavaha. This is the pancha sanskara mantra. Tapa, pundra, nama, tatha nama. Mantra, you get the mantra. Mantra yagascha. You're connected to a particular deity. You're committed to that particular deity. Deities expect services from such initiated devotees. So a person is committed. So in this way, Amihi Panchasanskara. I am committed to this Panchasanskara. Amihi Panchasanskara. Paramai Kanti Hetavaha. This is going to give me the topmost bliss. Those who are lower than the twice born undergo 15 types of sanskara to become Vaishnavas. Generally, twice born goes 10 sanskaras, 10 kinds of sanskaras. Who are lower than the twice born, they undergo 15 sanskaras. Just as a Brahmana is obliged to maintain a pure Brahmana thread, an initiated Vaishnava is obliged to maintain Shikha, Brahman thread, Tilak, and Mala, Kanti Mala. So it is expected. See how nicely Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is mentioning. Sometimes we think, okay, we are going to office, let us remove the tilak and go. No, you are expected to always have tilak on your forehead, even when you go to your offices or even to some social functions. This is the committed Panchasanskara. It comes in Panchasanskara. It is committed process. Tapa, that is why we are wearing kanti. Kanti is this, kanti symbolizes tapa. Why there is suffering? The suffering is because what goes inside, that comes outside. So that is why there is suffering in this world. What nonsense we put inside, that nonsense comes out. So we are committed to certain rules and regulations. So for a Gaudiya Vaishnava, tapa symbolizes the Kantimala, or Kantimala symbolizes the tapa. For Shri Vaishnava, the Shankha Chakra mudras, which is with the heart, they put mudras in both the arms, top of the near the elbows, that symbolizes tapa. So he is committed to have that. Anyhow, that mark will never go. But a Gaudiya Vaishnava, he is also committed to wear kanthi. Suppose he is not wearing kanthi, that means sometimes he may remove, sometimes he may wear. So he is supposed to wear the kanthi. It is not that sometimes I'll remove it. Tapa, Pundra, Nama. So when he is identifying, or when he is introducing himself, he should introduce himself with initiated name. He should avoid using the karmi names until unless it is like the bank dealings or something in the offices. But as much as possible, he should introduce himself with the initiated name, Nama, Yaga. So if he is asked, where do you serve? Then he knows from where he has got initiated, who has inspired him to take initiation. Then he should introduce himself to that particular temple. Like many of the devotees from the congregation has got the yaga is Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra. because they are introduced from this temple, which is outpost of Milarud temple. But when you are telling to whom you are serving, you cannot just say Radha Giridhari, I'm serving. No, well, you are not serving Radha Giridhari. You are serving the extension of Radha Giridhari, that is Jagannath Baldev Subhadra. For a description on how to apply tilak, one should refer to Hari Bhakti Vilas. It is stated in Padma Puran, Uttarakhand. A practitioner should decorate his body with 12 marks while chanting the names of Lord, such as Keshava. The process for decorating the parts of 12 parts of the tilak, 12 parts of the body with 12 tilak marks is as follows. Lallate Keshavam Dhyayena Narayanam Matodare Vakshasthalam tu Govindam Kantakopake Vishnum cha Dakshine Ukshau Bahu cha Madhusudanam Trivikramam Kandharetu Vamanam Vama Parshvake Sridharam Vamabahau cha Rishikesham tu Kandhare Prishte cha Padmanabham cha Katyam Damodaram Nyasa Tat Prakshalena Toyantu Vasudevaya Murdhani Urdhvapundram Lallate tu Sarvesham Pratamam Smatam Lallataadikramenaiva Dharanam tu Vidiyate. See how beautiful is the shloka. Lallate Keshavam Dhyayena. Lallata means what it starts with your forehead. From the forehead comes to the navel. From the navel it comes to the chest, then to the kantha or the neck, then to the right side of the belly, then to the right arm, lower right arm, upper right arm, and shoulder. Then Vamana is to the left side, Sridhara, left arm, Rishikesha, the left shoulder, Padmanabha, back, upper back, lower back, Damodara. Then one should wash with water and remember Vasudeva while wiping the hand on the head. One should one should remember Vasudeva. So that is why it's a wrong understanding. Only gents can put Vasudeva on the top. He has to wipe the hand on the head. So Vasudeva has to be remembered by everyone, even the Matajis also. So one should not think that, oh, I cannot put because I am a woman. No, I have to remember Vasudeva. Na? One should put on tilak on the forehead first. This is the rule. Then one should put on tilak according to the above mentioned procedure. The Lord has stated in Padma Puran, my devotees always put on tilak, which destroys all kinds of fear. So now see how broader is the teaching. Because generally even I had also heard that Vasudeva is only for the gents. But now it is very clear, because all the time this was the question in my mind. Why Vasudeva is not chanted by the Matajis? Vasudeva has to be remembered, and whatever in the hand we have, some small thing just in the water, we just put it because we cannot wash it anywhere, we cannot wipe anywhere. Just wipe on the head and remember Vasudeva. If one does not decorate his body with tilak, he will incur sin. It is stated by Narad Muni in Padma Puran, if one performs sacrifice, gives in charity, undergoes austerity, studies the Vedas, offers oblations to the forefathers without putting on tilak, all these activities will be useless. If a person does not decorate his body with tilak, he is not to be seen because his body is as impure as a crematorium. You see the powerful verses. It is mentioned in the Aditya Puran, a king should put a fallen Brahmana whose body is devoid of Vaishnava marks of tilak, conch, and chakra on the back of donkey and take him out of his kingdom. This is stated in Padma Puran. This is why Chaitanya Bhagavata is so important. Today also I was writing the same message. Chaitanya Bhagavata should not be missed. But this is teaching us a practical application of devotional service. Sometimes we have seen devotees going without tilak to office. No, tilak is for the purification of oneself as well as the entire world. We are committed to this Pancha Sanskara. The moment we are initiated, we are committed to the Pancha Sanskara, or we are hankering for initiation, we are committed. It is stated in Padma Purana Uttarakhand, a person who performs any activity like worshipping deities without putting on tilak achieves no benefit. There is no doubt about it. Know for certain that a person who performs sandhya without wearing tilak is simply demonic and surely going to hell. Now, Sandhya Vandanam was performed by even Ravana. He is a Brahmana. Many Brahmanas perform Sandhya Vandanam. But any Sandhya Vandan performed without having tilak, tilak signifies that you have surrendered to Krishna. Simple. The moment you are not having tilak, you have 3 lines, whatever it may be. You are a Shaiva to whoever you may be. If the tilak urdhva pundram is not there, it signifies that you are not a Vaishnava. So the path for such people, even though they may be doing all type of austerities, all type of charity, all type of dana, they are surely going to go to hell. Prohibitions against wearing crooked or 3-line tilak. It is stated in the Padma Purana Uttarakhand, a person who wears 3-line tilak instead of Vaishnava tilak is the lowest of men. Because of breaking the rules of marking tilak on the body, which is abode of Lord Vishnu, such a person certainly goes to hell. So we have to be very careful. There are devotees who are chanting holy name, but not wearing tilak. So what is the use? It is stated in the Skanda Puran, a person should not wear crooked tilak, even if he is about to die, nor should he chant any names other than the holy names of Narayana. He should wear Vaishnava tilak using Gopi Chandan if available. See, all these are stated by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who is Nayana Manjari, the Manjari in the eternal world. Elsewhere it is stated, learned person know that there are prescriptions for the Brahmanas and devotees to wear Vaishnava tilak, and other people should wear 3-line tilak. So Brahmanas and devotees who wear Vaishnava tilak, what are the rules and regulations for him? And there are people who are having 3-line tilak, what are the prescriptions given to him? If one sees or touches a Brahmana who has put on 3-line tilak rather than Vaishnava tilak, he should take bath with his clothes on. What a powerful statement. Again and again to read these statements, injunctions is so purifying. A Vaishnava should not wear 3-line tilak rather than proper Vaishnava tilak because such an act does not please Lord. In the narrations about the month of Kartik in the Skanda Purana, it is stated, one should not see a person whose forehead is not decorated with Vaishnava tilak. I've seen so many devotees, when they go to office, they just remove the tilak. They wear pant shirt, they will remove the tilak and they'll show as if they have nothing to do with the devotion. Why? Why do all these things? Here it is said one should not even see such a person. If one happens to do so, he would immediately look at the sun, for Lord Hari and Lakshmi Devi reside within the tilak. Who is residing inside the tilak? It is Lakshmi and Krishna. They reside in the tilak. Like when you are putting tilak according to Gaudiya Dhara, there is a tilak and there is Tulasi. According to Shri Vaishnava, there is a tilak and inside there will be red namam. So that is Lakshmi. So in this way, here Lakshmi and Krishna resides in the tilak. It is stated in the Padma Purana Uttarakhand, marks of tilak resembling a banyan leaf, a bamboo leaf, and bud of lotus are most enchanting. Beautiful description is given. The glories of decorating the body with tilak are as follows. The beautiful vacant space within the mark of tilak is a sitting place for Lakshmi and Janardhan, the Lord of Lords. Therefore, know for certain that the body marked with tilak is a sanctified temple of the Lord. So you have a gap in between 2 lines. That is a place That you are making a temple actually. In 12 places Lord resides, then we should have temple for them. Then how will you have a temple when you have enclosed wall? And this is an enclosed wall. From three sides, you're enclosing it. From up, you're inviting Lord. Oh, Lord, come and sit here. It is mentioned in the Brahmanda Purana, if a person who is impure, ill-behaved, engaged in sinful activities with his mind, decorated his body with tilak, he certainly becomes pure forever. Suppose he's the most impurest person. He's ill-behaved person, but just because he applied the tilak, he'll become pure. That means he's taking up the Vaishnava philosophy. Tilak means not just ignorantly putting, understanding and putting. One should mark one's forehead with tilak while seeing one's face in a mirror or in water, but never touch the tilak with one's fingernails. It's also very important. Not with fingernails. What we have to do with our finger. The rules and regulations for applying tilak, it is stated in the Padma Purana Uttarakhand, the most fortunate unalloyed devotees of Hari should decorate their bodies with the marks of tilak resembling the lotus feet of Hari. With a vacant space between the two lines, they should begin to mark from the tip of the nose up to the end of the forehead with tilak or other suitable clay. The tip of the nose refers to 3/4 down the nose. One should draw two separate lines beginning from the middle of the eyebrows upwards. The prescriptions for keeping space within the marks of the tilak. A fallen twice born who applies tilak without keeping a vacant space between the two lines certainly abandons Sri Hari and Lakshmi. So there should be a vacant place between the two lines. There only Lakshmi Devi and Hari resides. They reside within that space. There is no doubt that the fallen twice born, what is this fallen twice born? Fallen Brahmana, who is twice born. That means now he has got initiated. He has got the Upanayana Sanskara. But who applies tilak without keeping a space maintains the feet of a dog on his forehead. So if there is no space given between the two lines, then what's the powerful statement given? It is actually the feet of a dog. Therefore, O beautiful one, Brahmanas and women should always wear tilak on their foreheads with tilak resembling two sticks with a space between. So in this way, very beautiful description has been given. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur gives elaborate description. We'll try to complete this whole thing, 2 paragraphs. The symptoms of tilak as temples of Hari, the mark of tilak that starts in the nose and stretches up to the hair on the head, with a beautiful space in between the lines, is called a temple of Hari. Lord Brahma resides on the left side, Sadashiv on the right, Vishnu in the middle of such tilak. One should not apply anything in the middle. The clay used for preparing tilak is described in the Padma Purana as follows. One should collect clay for tilak beneath flowing waters that have bathed Lord Vishnu. One can also collect clay from the transcendental abode of Hari. One should devotedly collect clay from the Venkata hill, from Srirangam. From Srirangam, from Kurma Kshetra, from Dwarika, from Prayag, from Narsimha Kshetra, Varaha Kshetra, Vrindavan, from any forest of Tulasi, and then mix it with water that has washed the lotus feet of Vishnu. In this way, one should decorate one's body with such tilak and come before the Lord. O tilak, O Mambarish Maharaj, just see one whose forehead is decorated with tilak made of Gopi Chandan to minimize your sinful reactions. In Skanda Puran, Dhruv Maharaj speaks as follows. From today, from 4th, 5th, 6th, Dhruv Maharaj Katha will be there. Here sees Dhruv Maharaj what he says. If you see a person decorated with tilak marks of a conch and chakra adorned with tulasi manjaris on his head and his limbs smeared with Gopi Chandan, then why should you fear sinful reactions? Just by seeing a person having tilak, one need not fear his own sinful reactions. Then what to speak of one who is marking himself with tilak? A Vaishnava should mark his forehead with attractive tilak of clay collected from root of a tulsi plant. One should mark his forehead with gopi chandan, where the garlands have been offered to the Lord. In this way, one should decorate one's forehead with one of the three kinds of tilak. One should also decorate his body with various shapes like Vatsakurma and various weapons like chakra in order to please Lord Hari. The various injunctions regarding applying tilak, it is stated in Hiranyakeshiya branch of Yajurveda. A person who wears tilak marks resembling the lotus feet of Hari becomes very fortunate and dear to the Lord Hari. A supreme being, a human being who wears tilak with a space in the middle becomes eligible for liberation. In Katha branch of the Yajurveda, it is stated, a great soul who after applying tilak meditates through mantras on the holy name, mantras on Sri Hari, who holds a chakra, who is supreme absolute truth, who is greater than the greatest, and who resides in the heart of his devotees, certainly become pure. It is stated in the Atharva Veda, the fortunate practitioner who, throughout his life, decorates his body with tilak, marks like the chakra, certainly attains the all-pervading Lord Vishnu's supreme abode, who is ultimate goal of the devotees. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur has given an elaborate description on the importance of having tilak. So this is very inspirational description. So all of us not only should wear tilak, but should motivate our children also. We should also motivate our friends so that they take up a devotional service and have tilak on their forehead. Hare Krishna. Any doubts you can ask.
हरे कृष्णा माता जी।
हाँ माता जी।
माता जी आपने क्या बताया, जो तिलक के जो गैप है वो उसके बारे में?
तिलक के गैप में भगवान बैठे, इसलिए गैप रखना चाहिए। ऐसा नहीं कि छोटा सा गैप रखे, गैप होना चाहिए। कोई जगह पे इतना भी कहा है कि उसके बीच में भी कुछ मत डालो, लेकिन माताएं तो लाल तो पहनेंगी, सिंदूर तो लगाएंगे। श्री वैष्णव में बीच में लाल लगाते हैं लक्ष्मी को प्रतीक करके। there's nothing in that, but वो गैप रहना चाहिए। जितना गैप है, आप श्री वैष्णव तिलक देखेंगे तो बहुत बड़ा गैप रखते हैं। बड़ा गैप इसलिए रखते हैं लक्ष्मी जी को बिठाने के लिए और नारायण को बिठाने के लिए। जितना बड़ा गैप है उतना सुंदर। अब इसलिए अपने जो फिंगर है, थर्ड फिंगर, उससे अपन लगा सकते। लिटिल फिंगर के बगल में जो है, जो हार्ट को जाता है, उससे लगाए। Anyone else? No doubt. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा माता जी, धन्यवाद प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्णा माता जी, धन्यवाद प्रणाम माता जी। हरे कृष्णा, धन्यवाद प्रणाम। Thank you.
Hare Krishna, ending the class. Onwards pranam. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhayeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.